Log recording personal on this one. 12:14 in the noon time. It's still the 30th of September 2023. Wayward John Rosemary, California, and it's. I'm trying to breathe a sigh of relief right now. I was expecting us to go through a shutdown and panic mode at this point over here, but the last hour, roughly, almost, give it about another several more hours, they cut it close. They cut this damn thing close. It's scary how politicians will cut it close just for dramatics. You had Joaquim in there, Joaquim Jeffries of the Democratic leadership. He was delaying for about 20 to 25 minutes or 30 minutes with a hell of a long speech, giving the people in his party enough time to read this crap. And so far, so far, yeah. Right now, I'm going to put it on MSNBC. I'm not keeping it on CNN.
And we have a president that has only been to the border one time in 50 years, but went to Cafe Milano twice with Hunter Biden's business partners and got $3 million for it, and his son got a new Porsche. You know what? I will do whatever it takes to get the president to come down to the border. Bring one of Hunter's business partners. I don't care, but we need to secure this border. Yes, sir. It's a daily basis. You watch for 9 months. I hope they learn from me that I won't give up, and they'll know I'll keep fighting. So it's better that we all come together. When we all come together, we're much stronger. I've watched what we've been able to achieve so far. Think for one moment. When Washington, D.C. wanted to decriminalize almost every single crime, we united. The Senate said they wouldn't get up. We had 172 Democrats vote against it. We had the president say veto it, and end up signing it. We went and heard parents across the country. They'd get arrested when they'd go to a school board meeting simply because they wanted to talk about what was happening. We passed the Parents' Bill of Rights. We ended the pandemic when they said the Senate wouldn't take it up and the president wouldn't sign it. We passed the most conservative border security bill in the history of Congress. We passed an energy bill that would make us energy independent and create more jobs, lower inflation. We were able to get the largest cuts in American history during the debt. We were able to cut more than $2 trillion, get work requirements that the president said would be a red line, get NEPA reform for the first time in 40 years, and put a provision in that would put a 1% cut across the board if the House and Senate doesn't do their job. So we got the Senate at least to pass approach bills in committee. They just have a hard time getting it to the floor. So the one thing I've learned is get things done, bring others along, and look, I welcome those 21 back in, and we would get a better and more conservative bill if they would simply vote with us. Yes, ma'am.
Senator Mullin was over on the side of the Capitol a lot this morning. What were your conversations like with Leader McConnell? Did you talk to him this morning?
I didn't get it. Mark Mullin, a former member of Congress and a dear personal friend of mine, he was great. He was in the House. He was being able to convey what was happening in the Senate. No, I talked to Senator Thune many times, and I thought Senator Thune did a tremendous job through it all. I had worked with McConnell early on in a lot of this too, but I didn't get to talk to him today, no.
Mr. Speaker, are you satisfied with that final vote have more Democrats voting for this than Republicans?
Okay, let's understand. There's different ways bills come up. If I bring a bill up under a rule, it only takes 218 to pass. If it's on suspension, it takes Republicans and Democrats together. We had the majority of the Republicans voting for it. But let's put it in perspective. What happened prior to the bill? The Democrats first wanted to adjourn. Can you imagine hours away from shutting down and they wanted to adjourn? Then they came down and all voted by a card to delay it, to delay it, to delay it. Then the leader went and took a magic minute to keep talking and delaying it and delaying it and delaying it. So I think at at the end of the day, we kept the government open, kept paying our troops to finish the job we have to get done. Yes, sir. You know, I think ethics should look at this, but this is serious. When you think of how other people are treated when they wanted to come in and change the course of what was happening in this building. And did he deny he did it when it's on tape? And I'm going to have a discussion with the Democratic leader about it. But this should not go without punishment. This is an embarrassment. You're elected to be a member of Congress. You pulled a fire alarm in a minute of hours before the government being shut down, trying to dictate that government would shut down. What's going through a person's mind like that? But we will find the right ability to deal with this. Yes?
Just on the Ukraine, what can you say to people in the Kiev? Do you still stand by them?
Yes, yes I do. And what Russia has done is wrong, but I believe in whatever we do, we have to define what victory is and what the plan is. And I think what the White House needs to do is come down and talk with us and lay it out where we have a part of it say as well. Yes, ma'am.
Also on Ukraine, what more than half of the conference voting against $300 million in Ukraine earlier this week, mean for the prospects of giving billions more to Ukraine?
That is training money. I think there's a frustration across America that sees this president ignoring America's border and more concerned about somewhere else. I truly believe if he would focus on America, we'd be in a stronger place. Yes, ma'am.
The appropriations bills you have passed have very steep spending cuts that the Senate is not likely to accept. So 45 days, what are you going to do to make sure you don't end up?
Okay, can you tell me what bills in the Senate, in the appropriations they passed? Has the Senate passed any bills? Yes or no? No, have they passed any bill? Has the Senate passed any bills? It's not a tough question. Yes or no? Did the Senate pass a bill? You want me to answer it for you, or are you not covering it? I can answer it any way I want. You have a right to ask me a question, but I have a right to answer it. So are you embarrassed because the Senate hasn't passed any bills? Is that why you won't answer it, or do you not know the answer to the question? The answer to the question is the Senate is a different body than the House. The House has a right to act and have a say in the direction they want. The Senate can pass any bill they want, and then you go to conference. When the Senate passes a bill, I'll be surprised, and then we can go to conference. In 45 days, we should get our work all done. Yes?
Are you planning to stick to or eventually revert to the spending cuts agreement?
Look, I like to save whatever dollars. This is interesting. If you do have a child, but as your child gets older, if I have two kids, if I give my Connor and Megan $100 to go to dinner, one spends 100 and one spends 90. Should the other spend all the way up to 100? If we can save money, let's save money together. Let's lower whatever we can do. If we can save for the hardworking taxpayers, why can't we have that discussion? It doesn't mean you have to spend every dollar you want. That's a spending limit. That's the agreement we made. If we find that it's worthy, we can spend up to that. But if we find places we can save money, you know whose money that is? The hardworking taxpayers. Let's try to save it.
Last question.
Yes, next question. Yes, sir.
Where are you at personally?
Right here.
Where are you at personally on the Ukraine?
Look, I think what Russia has done is horrendous. I have a real concern of what's going to happen long term, but I don't want to waste any money. As a question was asked, how long ago? That was a year and a half ago about Ukraine aid, and I said no blank check. That's what I mean about anything. I want to make sure whatever I vote for, that it's going and it's held accountable. I think there's accountability problems that we have to go, but I also make sure that we have to finish the job at the same time. Thank you all very much. I look forward to all your positive questions in the future.
Okay.
I want to get the response.
A lot to take in there. Just laughing a bit because there was just so much that was coming at us from Speaker McCarthy there after the passage of this CR, the stopgap in the House. Didn't necessarily seem like a happy man, I got to say, despite the fact that they were finally able to get this thing over the finish line. I just want to remind folks some of the facts especially from what we heard from McCarthy. I want to make sure that you understand the facts of what actually took place on the House floor today. So the final tally, the final vote as we have it, was 335 to 91. You had 90 Republicans voting against that continuing resolution. The House Speaker failed to address why it was 90 members of his caucus voted against the continuing resolution. Instead, he decided to turn his focus on President Biden and the actions of President Biden. I want to remind folks, for the last couple of weeks, Speaker McCarthy has been trying and trying again to get a continuing resolution over the finish line, and he has been unable to do so because of the far-right Republican members of his party who have now threatened with a motion to vacate. Where they stand on that, we don't necessarily know. Those are the facts. Whether or not McCarthy actually wants to address those facts is really in question. When asked where he stands on Ukraine, he said, and he reiterated, as he has said before, there is no blank check. So we don't necessarily know where he stands when it comes to funding on Ukraine. And this has been a major outlier when it comes to getting these appropriations across the finish line. They've got 45 days to do so, and we know Ukraine funding is a priority, not only for the majority of Democrats, but for many Republicans as well. That is something to keep in mind, especially when we understand how the Matt Gaetzes and the Lauren Boeberts and the Marjorie Taylor Greens are running the right wing of the Republican Party. Last thing I want to mention, and then we're going to take a quick break. There was a mention of Jamal Bowman, Congressman Jamal Bowman, and the pulling of some sort of fire alarm. I just want to read for you some of the reporting so you understand what actually went on there. There were some reports that began to emerge about Representative Bowman, who was seen pulling some sort of fire alarm in the Cannon House office building earlier today. We got a statement on that saying Congressman Bowman did not realize he would trigger a building alarm as he was rushing to make an urgent vote. The congressman regrets any confusion, just to clarify some things on that, because I know there was likely some folks kind of scratching their heads wondering what it was they were asking Speaker McCarthy about. All right, we got a lot more on this, folks, as we've been covering over the last 9 minutes or so. We're going to take a very quick break on the other side. We do Jamie Raskin. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing. The Senate kept saying that they had sent bills out. And McCarthy keeps saying, no, they hadn't. They hadn't done anything. We've been doing all the work. Yeah, well, I never trusted that son of a bitch in the first place. I still don't. Only with the skin of his teeth and by going through the Democrats did he manage to get the damn CR going through. And apparently, I was wrong about the tally. 90 of the Trumplicans were going to say no. It was only the Democratic majority that got the CR in. Democratic majority. And very few Republicans, apparently. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I want to take a look at Congress here. All right. I want to take a look at the damn bill that they had. The continuing resolution. If I can get in there already. They should have updated the damn thing already. Yeah, I haven't updated the website. So it looks like it's the news I'm going to have to go through. So, msnbc.com. I'm watching these guys. I might as well. I could just easily go over to somewhere else. So, what do we got? The numbers. I don't even see the damn numbers. What is this with these? Alrighty. Looks like I gotta do it. All I want to do is get the damn numbers just to make sure I'm looking at it right and hearing it right. Okay, the House passed the bill. Okay. What I need to know is what was the count? What was the count? Now, McCarthy can mouth off all he wants. He's still a jerk anyway, and I'll still call him as such. What I'm trying to see. Okay, here we go. I gotta get a caption of that one. No! No, 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 no. I want to get a caption picture. Come on. Come on, give me a caption picture of it. Oh, you slimy gits. I want to get a caption of that damn picture. There he is. There it is. Save the image. Okay. Let me save that one. So, here how's the vote went. Non-voting for the Republicans is 5. The nays were 90 on the Republican, and then 126 on the Republican. The Democratic was 209 with 1 nay and 2 non-voting. Basically, a majority. Which meant we had 335 who voted it in. 335. And you still got the 90% or 90 some odd nut jobs out there saying that, no, we don't want it. Are you kidding me? No. Actually, it's about 91. And you still had 7 non voting at that point. I just wanted to get a record of that. So right now we got the House of Representatives giving their own opinions of what the hell is going on. Raskin's online. We're going to stop this right now so we can get this damn thing posted. Hell of a Saturday, ain't it?